And...
I don't have anything in my mind yet. Okay. You didn't start the timer though. It's good.
It's
okay. Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I was just thinking tea. Okay.
Once upon a time there was a teapot named Greg. Move.
You begin.
Okay, once upon a time there was a teapot named Greg. It lived in a museum where it was cared for by a...
Yosin Lang.
Yeah.
Su Lin Yong.
A mob person.
Yeah. Who was an old smuggler. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Your turn.
He was in this museum because
The teapot named Greg.
The teapot named Greg was in the museum because it was over a lot of years old because it was found in Pompeii.
Wow.
Pompeii.
Awesome.
Wow.
And?
And it was very sad because
it didn't have a teacup to go with it. Because it had been left in Pompeii. So, one of the museum keepers understood teapot language. This teapot has a brain, it's gotta go down. Beer God. Anyway. And they would chat every now and then. And eventually, Greg told...
Less time laughing, more time story.
Edward that
Who's
he
Edward?
missed
The guy who understood teapots.
Oh, yes.
told Edward that he really wished he had his teacup from Pompeii. So Edward arranged
a meeting with all the people in the museum to find a solution for this lonely teapot named Greg. So they decided that they would send Edward to Pompeii to find the manufacturer of Greg and get him to make a new teapot.
And Edward was the other guy.
Edward is the guy.
Okay.
Greg is the teapot.
Edward was assigned to call the company who made the other teapot.
it was found in Pompeii.
Okay.
It's 2,000 years old and it's destroyed the volcano.
Never mind.
My fault.
And they survived the volcano and were still making teapots.
Yeah.
Or it
Yeah,
was shipped
and,
from China.
So Edward contacted the survival volcano crew, teapot maker, and
Oh no.
And said,
1 minute.
And said we need to reunite this teapot, Greg, and his family members. So
You can finish it on me, can't you?
oh, I can't finish it because I don't know where I'm going. So they yeah.
So it's going to be, because it's a bad idea to have depressed teapots because they crack and that's just bad for the exhibit.
Yeah.
So
Especially when they're
Edward
it's
contacted the people and said, you know, we have this teapot named Greg. And they went, Greg! We remember Greg! He was here for ages before we sold him to that tourist who sold him to the museum, and how's he doing? His family misses him. And Edward went, he misses his family. Would they like to go to a museum, British museum? And they said, how much money are you giving us? And Edward said, gold, lots of gold. And then they brought him to the museum and he lived happily ever after with his family reunited, and it was the star of the museum exhibit. The end.
what a weird
Where'd they get gold?
Beep, 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 beep.
Boy.
He
My
kept
brain
gold in his suitcase to avoid taxes.